What it do, chooms? Welcome back to Spacejb. I'm your host, Space, aka the Astronaut. With the Phantom Liberty DLC dropping this year, fans including myself have been doing some digging, and damn sure theorizing as well. One of these Dark Knight City alleyways has us asking some questions. Where the hell is Morgan Blackhand, and will he finally be revealed come launch?
I don't have access to his personal fucking schedule.
Gong, ain't nobody talking to you. Before we even start, let it be known that Mike Pondsmith, the god of Cyberpunk himself, said that Morgan Blackhand will not be included in the new DLC.
Cap.
Also, if you are a huge Cyberpunk fan like myself and enjoy this type of content, then subscribe to my channel and don't forget to ping that like button. For those who don't know, Morgan Blackhand was a pinnacle character in the tabletop RPG game. He was the ideal solo, which is a role that you can choose to play as, and kind of who V really is in the 2077 game, which mostly sums up to a hitman or a mercenary, a hired gun, and was actually the real leader in the attack on Arasaka Towers during the Fourth Corporate War. After the infamous bombing of AHQ, Morgan Blackhand's status was left unknown. Then talk began to emerge and rumors spread of Morgan Blackhand returning to former President Kress to report that the mission was an absolute failure. A decade or two later, more rumors started to pop up of Morgan potentially being spotted in first wave cities, places that needed just a little help rebuilding after the Fourth Corporate War. When we get the next update of Morgan Blackhand, it comes from Claire, the Afterlife bartender, during the heist mission.
Who else can I drink here?
All on the menu.
Except there's a spot missing. Morgan Blackhand, right?
It's true. Morgan's yet to make up his mind if he's dead or still kicking.
Nobody knows what happened to him. Think he's still alive? It's been years.
Why not? Look at Rogue. Peaked from that era, a species unto themselves.
Another potential sighting of Morgan Blackhand came in a WNS website news report. The report talked about a shootout in Japantown against some Lazarus agents, where the only survivor described the attacker as a portly man brandishing a black cyber arm. Portly meaning stout, which brings up a funny fan theory where some fans think that this guy from the Phantom Liberty trailer could be Morgan Blackhand. I have to admit, showing these pictures back to back, they do have some similarities. And the fact that other people paint their chrome, it seems that Morgan Blackhand's very distinct characteristic is his black cyberarm. The gentleman from the Phantom Liberty trailer does have a pretty stocky build, yet, in my opinion, the word portly, the definition of it, describes the likes more of Dexter Deshawn than it does Morgan Blackhand. Coming from Mike Pondsmith, he's described Morgan Blackhand as to have lost a lot of weight since 2023, and quote, is thinner than ever. Stumbling across an article posted by InkDagger talking about another Reddit user going by Lurk Oasis who was able to post some renditions of some unused character models of Morgan Blackhand for the Cyberpunk 2077 game. Another model was for 2023, yet the 2077 model bears striking resemblance to Mr. Blue Eyes. And to me, this gets even more interesting going back to Mike Pondsmith's description of Morgan Blackhand since 2023, being that he is thinner. This guy right here doesn't look like the old buffed out Morgan Blackhand. Falling down the amazing rabbit hole that is the Cyberpunk Low Sodium community Reddit page, I came across a content creator going by Big Dan Gaming. And one of their theories, they connect the resemblance of the 2077 character model with that of the game's current rendition of Mr. Blue Eyes, and how Morgan could have really been in the game this whole time. Now, there's a lot more to do with that video that I don't want to spoil for you, and Big Dan does a better job of explaining their theories than I ever could. So I'll just leave a link to their video in the description below. Given all this information, we are still left wondering where he could fit in the new DLC. The fact that Phantom Liberty is directly an espionage spy-style additive dealing with the NUSA makes me feel that this is the perfect time to introduce him. With more information given to us from the in-game lore, Morgan Blackhand was said to have continued his work as a secret government asset. Do I have to say it for you? I will. That means the man was a damn spy. In the Phantom Liberty DLC, there already seems to be some major powers at play, especially if it involves the NUSA. the creators can possibly introduce Morgan Blackhand in a flashback scene, something that involves Johnny Silverhand to add a bit more depth to his story. This flashback could consist of maybe the planning of the attack on Arasaka HQ, maybe even the recruitment of Johnny Silverhand by Morgan Blackhand himself, where we find out that Johnny Silverhand, instead of being the leader of the attack, we find out more about how he played the sidekick role in the whole Arasaka disaster. And being blinded by his hatred for corpos, needed to have his own hero subplot in this grand story. He couldn't just let it be as it was. When Rogue found out Johnny had a secret attack plan, this really pissed her off. Though Spider Murphy was willing to help, the whole aftermath of this led up to Johnny's fate. After Johnny did what he did, supposedly he was killed right when Atom Smasher blew through the door the first time. Yet, Johnny's memory cuts to him fighting his way back up the stairs to the rooftop, and him and Smasher get into it again. That never happened. It was actually Morgan Blackhand and Atom Smasher who fought on the rooftop, and nobody knows the fate of the fight. Even just revealing Morgan Blackhand as a minor character to potentially set up for some new content down the road would be very acceptable in this case. No matter the information or wild theories we get, we're all still left asking the same question. Where the F is this guy? Between the tabletop RPG and the info we find in game, I feel that Morgan Blackhand is in the world of Cyberpunk, watching ever so closely to V, being that V is the new top merc in Night City. The folks who would really have the information on where Morgan Blackhand is in the game would either be Elizabeth Kress, Militech, or maybe even the current president, Rosalind Myers, since his last known gig was as a secret government asset, which I'm calling a spy. I feel like he could be a contracted Batman at this point, kicking ass and making sure only one victim survives to see his black cyber arm and continue to spread the rumor like Baba Yaga and John Wick. Now, do I think Morgan Blackhand will pop up in the new DLC? I'm reaching for straws here, but I'm gonna have to say yes. I think that he's gonna be in the DLC or revealed in the DLC in one capacity or another. At the least, we're gonna get shards or maybe even another website reveal of potential sightings of Morgan Blackhand. And on the other end, on the high spectrum, we might just get a flashback or a straight reveal of the character. Finally, Chumbas, I leave it to you. What do you think of this topic? Do you think we'll see the solo Morgan Blackhand in the Phantom Liberty DLC when it drops? Or do we believe Mr. Pondsmith when he says that he will not show up in the DLC? Let alone believe anything that that man says, because he can't trick us.
You know what they say, fool me once, strike one, but fool me twice, strike three.
Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Take care of yourselves. I'll catch y'all on my next video. And remember, life can be a little bit stressful and you're probably going through some stresses right now. I'm no stranger to it, but yet having people in your corner that you can comfortably talk to or talking to a professional goes a long way. Give yourself some gratitude from time to time for being you. Spread love when you get a chance. I'm sending y'all nothing but good vibrations, and let's take off. I'm out. Peace.